Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hannah and today we're going to be doing my highlight declutter. So this is all of my highlighters, I believe, so far. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is it. These are all of my highlighters. I have a little basket or like a cart that I keep next to my vanity, and I have this next to my blushes. Highlights are one of the items for me that are, I don't know. I can go with them, I can go without them. They're not something that I have to have in my looks. So if you're, I mean, I don't think I can link everything in this video, but if you're curious about what I'm doing in other pockets of the internet, I will have that linked in the description box down below. I feel like for my declutters, I don't have too much to link. But as I was saying, highlighters. Like I said, I could go with them, I can go without them. It doesn't really affect my makeup look. Some highlighters are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And then sometimes highlighters just, I don't know, I feel like they take a really nice look and turn it in an opposite direction for me, depending on the finish and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like I'm more likely going to be confronted with how many highlights that I have that are a similar shade. If you've watched any of my other videos on this channel, I say this time and time again, when it comes to complexion products, I'm okay with having just my holy grails. I'm okay with having one concealer, one foundation, one brow product. That's all I really need. And I feel like highlighters fall into that category for me, where like blushes and eyeshadows, I can buy so many of them because there's always going to be different colors and different finishes. Where highlights, I want them to complement my complexion, and it's great that there are such things as colored highlights, so then you can, I don't know, kind of adjust it to your look. Like if I'm doing a really cool green look, it's really nice to have a green highlight. But I don't necessarily need it, because if I just use my normal like pinky highlights that I like, the look would still look good. Does that make sense? So let's dive into this. This video should be fairly shorter, and I'm sorry, but let me scoot this to the side. And let me start with Melt, because I'm most likely going to keep all three of these highlights. So this is the Melt Sex Foil in the shade Fetish. And I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I do. I got this in a mystery box for Melt, and I don't think these did very well. You can still kind of catch them on sale. I think that they're still including these in the mystery box, but I'm actually really impressed with the formula. So I like to use this underneath my foundation to kind of give me more of like a pinky kind of glow, similar to how the Nabla Aura primer that I have kind of works. This isn't a primer, and this doesn't have any skincare. It just adds an effect to my skin, so I do have to put a primer first and then this on top. But it doesn't break up my foundations or cause any breakouts or anything like that. And when it does get warmer and I have more like exposed shoulders, if you will, I do like to kind of put this on the top of my shoulders to kind of, you know, match the highlight in my face, kind of pull it all together. I wouldn't say that it's a dry oil, but it sets down. It's not like a tacky, sticky kind of finish. Again, this is something that I don't think I would have gone out of my way to purchase, but I'm happy to have it in my collection, and I want to hold on to it. If they came out with like different shades, because I think right now they just have the standard typical highlight shade, but if they came out with like green ones or blue ones, I would probably pick those up because they're kind of fun. And this is the Shadow Play Blush Light. I think that they're discontinuing the blush lights because a lot of them are on sale and kind of discontinued. But this one, it looks white in the pan, but it actually has like a green pink shift to it. And I don't know, I want to have, I say this all the time, I want to have more green highlighters in my collection, but I just don't, and I don't think it's very common for brands to make a green highlight, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know, I'm gonna hold on to this one until like I don't have it anymore, or I find a green highlight that can replace it. And then this is the Pink Moon Digital Dust Highlight. I think I got these two together in the same mystery box, and the Melt Sex Foil is just the liquid version of this one, and I think this one is like a part of their permanent line. It can get a little bit too deep for me to use as just a highlight alone, but to use it as a cheek topper and to make a more matte blush, kind of like more of a dewy finish, like I can kind of make any matte blush look like a Super Shock blush with this highlight. It's really, really pretty, so I'm gonna hold on to this as well. So far I'm not doing too hot, but let's talk about ColourPop, because I don't think I have too much ColourPop in my collection. Okay, let's start with these Winnie the Pooh ones. I did buy the trio. I originally bought it to get my hand on Silly Old Bear, which is more of like a white kind of finish, or not a white finish, excuse me, like a yellow kind of base to it. And this is a really pretty highlight, like it's a true yellow. And I don't know, in the summertime, I'm someone that kind of leans more to like what colors I'm seeing outside. And in the summertime out here in the desert, I see a lot of yellows and oranges and purples, and I just love that color story. This is a really, really gorgeous highlight. I'm kind of sad that like this isn't a part of their permanent line, because it is a nice highlight. And then there's the shade 100 Acre Wood. I think I like this one a bit more than I like Silly Old Bear, only because this one has more of like a gold finish. So this one is more true of a highlight to me, where the Silly Old Bear is more kind of like a cheek topper, and I can blend it again with other blushes in my collection. This one I use more strictly as a highlight, and it does have like that gold base to it. Again, really pretty. And then this was the one that I was kind of expecting I wasn't ever going to use and was going to declutter or resell. But this is in Mind Over Matter, and it is more of like this bronzy kind of finish. But if I'm being honest, I love this kind of as like a blush. And it's really pretty. It's more of like a bronzy blush for me. And when I'm doing a very simple like mascara, not too much going on in my look, I love to use this as a blush. So maybe I will move this into the blush category and take it out of the highlights. Looking at it though, I do have another Super Shock blush that is similar in tone to this, but I think this one is like more of a true bronze brownie kind of undertone to it, so it might just be slightly different. I'll have to compare the two. Okay, and then I have this Hades highlight, and this is actually fairly new to my collection, but it's from a discontinued line. I think they finally got rid of the Villains palette altogether even. And this was one of my favorite highlights. It kind of has like a, I don't want to say it's like a duochrome shift, but it's like a goldy pinky highlight, and I reach for this a lot. And I had actually one of my viewers send this to me. They said that they had this product that they were selling, and so I bought it from them off of their shop, and they got it in PR, and it was unopened, untouched. So I mean, I basically got a brand new product. So it still performs really nice. The Super Shocks aren't really in this kind of packaging anymore. They usually come in something like this now. So I don't know if they do come out with another Villains collection, or if they redo the Villains collection. I hope they bring this back and bring it back in this container, because I think that's the only way I would ever declutter this one. And I mean, I know that I say I don't want to spend money on Disney, but if I can get it secondhand, I'd rather give the money directly to someone else than, you know, to Disney, because Disney had already gotten that money by the time this was bought. But I do kind of like the Hercules movie. When I was still into Disney, that was one of my favorite movies. And then this is the, I mean, this is technically ColourPop, but this is the Soul Body Catwalk. It's a shimmering body powder. This was from the Plush Like Me collection, and it is like this golden pink highlight, and it is really pretty. But if I'm being honest, I haven't really reached for this since I got it. But I mean, swatching it, it's so pretty. I don't know, I kind of like this goldy pink undertone to it, but I don't reach for it. If I have something similar to this in my collection, I'll declutter it. So I'm going to put this one to the side. I hate this packaging though, and this is more of like, I don't want to say it's glittery, but it's not as soft as the Super Shock highlights. So on the face, it does look a bit more like chunky glittery, but it is really pretty. I'm going to hold this one to the side. And then I have, this is like a really old, this is really old. This is the shade Zoom. It is a pressed highlight. I don't even think ColourPop sells this anymore, but it is like an orangey highlight, and it is so pretty. Although I haven't reached for it in a long time. I don't know, like you probably can't even see the highlight on the back of my hand. It looks similar to the Catwalk highlight I just swatched, where the Catwalk has more like golden flecks in it, and this is more of like a true kind of peachy highlight. I think I'm going to hold on to this one as well. I want to use it more. It is really pretty. I think this is the oldest highlight in my collection. And I don't even have like a Z palette or like a magnetic palette to put it in. It's like my only single that I have. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, moving on. Let's pull out some of my miscellaneous indie brand highlights. So let's talk about this one. This was from Dandelion Cosmetics. I actually don't know what this one is called, but if you can see, I want to say it's like the jack-o'-lantern highlight. You can see that it has like a jack-o'-lantern imprint in it. I love this highlight because it is more of like a yellowy kind of base. It looks very similar to the Super Shock from the Winnie the Pooh. It actually looks very similar to 100 Acre Wood, but I like the imprint of the jack-o'-lantern in it, and it is a really nice highlight, and I can use it on my lid as a shade topper. I do kind of press it into my lips to also give myself more of like a golden finish. I like to do that around Halloween time. But this one is a true yellow highlight, so if you didn't get your hands on the 100 Acre Wood highlight and you wanted a yellow highlight, get this one from Dandelion Cosmetics. It is really nice. I don't think it's a part of their permanent line, but I do think that they bring it back every Halloween season, if I'm remembering correctly. It's really cute. And then this is the Unearthly Cosmetics Sleepover highlight in, this is the Bow and Arrow highlight. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. It is like a true pink highlight. I'm swatching these, but I know you guys can't see them. This one looks just like that ColourPop Zoom highlight, but in pink. It is really pretty, but I mean, does it look similar to my Melt one? Here we go. I have a problem with pink highlights. Actually, this one is more of like a warmer kind of pink, and then this one is a cooler toned kind of pink. So I think I'm also going to hold on to this one. I really do like this highlight. I'm not getting rid of it. Watch this be the worst declutter, because I feel like I'm not getting rid of anything, actually. Okay, and then this is the Norns Veil of Future. Odin's Eye has new. Okay, and then this is the Odin's Eye Veil of Future Norns Memorizer highlight. This was like limited edition, and what made these highlights really cool was that they were each uniquely pressed, so no highlight was ever exactly the same. As you can see, there's like these like imprints in the highlight. It has like these gold and white and blue kind of tones to it, and this is a really nice highlight. I understand that they have new highlights in their collection that I think perform better than this one, but I love the shade of this. But it is kind of similar to that Catwalk one I just swatched. So I think I think I'm gonna hold on to this one and actually declutter the Soul Body one. Is that what I'm gonna do? I think so. And then this is the Web of Destiny highlight. So this one is more golden with like a pink finish to it. And let's see what this one looks like. This one is more pink. This one is more gold. This one actually looks very similar to, it looks very, very similar to the Melt Cosmetics one. Do I need both of them? But this one is more of like a true highlight, where the Melt one is just slightly too deep, where this one has more of a transparent base. I don't know. Okay, let me put this one on a hold. We'll see what's happening with that. And then this is the Nomad in Sydney Blathers highlight. This is discontinued. It's no longer available. I don't know if you can tell, but here it is, another pink highlight. And this was my holy grail highlight. It is so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. It's really pretty. And it was a gift from a friend, so I'm actually not gonna declutter this one because every time I do see it and I pull it out, I do think of the friend that gifted it to me, and I love her so much. It looks just like that Web of Destiny highlight. Here we go. See, I have a lot of the same highlight shades. I'm a sucker for anything that's pink, is what I'm discovering. Okay, and then let's pull out these Be Perfect highlights. I kept the blush. I hate the packaging of these, and if the light in my window hits my cart in a way, these lights kind of reflect back onto me. I hate these. I hate the packaging of this. So here is another orangey highlight that looks the same. I don't really lean for these ones as much as like the other ones in my collection. So I think I'm actually gonna declutter this one. And this one. This one is in the shade Ice Queen. I think I like this one a bit more, and it is a different kind of, I say it's a different kind of finish, but I bet you it's not. I bet you it's exactly the same as the other ones. It has more of like a gold kind of finish, so it doesn't have like the pink undertone to it. It is more of like a champagne-y finish. I will save this one because I don't really have anything else like this in my collection, so I will hold on to that. My hands are covered in highlight now, and I just feel very shiny and reflective. Okay, and then these are my Play-Doh's highlights, and I'm actually not going to get rid of any of these, but I will say I don't know how much longer this Mars Melter, God, I say that, but then I use it and it's really pretty. Never mind, take back what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I don't know how much longer this is gonna last in my collection, because like it looks like it would be more glittery than it is, but it's not. And I really like the finish of this. This is the Space Age Prophecy. This is maybe the one that I lean into the most. It is more of like a duo, this is a duochrome finish where it goes gold to green, and it is really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see the highlight on my wrist. I don't know why I'm swatching these. You can't even see them. This is a Space Age Gifted. This is a new one. This one is more of like a cool tone. Prophecy, I think, is more of a warm tone finish. The Gifted is more of a cool tone. This shifts from like a green, or excuse me, not a green. It's more of like a pink, blue, greenish tint, which is really nice, but it's more blue pink leaning than green leaning. Where this one is more of like the true green, pinky, kind of like gold leaning. These are really pretty. And then I do have the Moon Cruiser, which is my blue highlight. And I mean, I love a blue, a green, and a pink highlight when I am doing colored highlights, so that's not going anywhere. So let's see. I didn't do very good in this declutter. Those are my Play-Doh's highlights. These are my indie brand highlights. Oh gosh, I have highlight everywhere. And then my ColourPop, I'm going to stick here. I'm really getting highlight absolutely everywhere. My ColourPop, let's do like this. Oop. My Melt Cosmetics. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Norns one. I do like it. It is really pretty, but I really do have this shade a few times in my collection. I'm not ready to give it up. I'm going to hold on to it, but it might not live to see another declutter. So ahead of my highlights, I'm getting rid of two whole highlights. I have a lot of highlights that are the same. I love anything that's pink and gold leaning, and then I have my fun highlights. So I'm really not in the market for another highlight unless it's like something really like life-changing. I'm okay with the highlights that I have. These are the highlights that are probably going to last me forever. If I buy another highlight, it's probably going to be a Play-Doh's one because they did something really cool, really awesome. Maybe they're going to bring back their green highlight, but otherwise I don't need any more highlights. I think I'm good. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you also use the same colored highlight repeatedly? Do you feel the same way about highlights as I do, that you don't really, like, I don't want to say that I don't care for them, but you know, like, I don't know. They're kind of like again, a product that I can go with or without. Like if I forget to put on highlight, I'm not really worried about it. And let me know in the comments down below. Are you disappointed I only discarded or decluttered 2 highlights? I don't know. I don't feel so good about this declutter. I will love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. And if you liked hanging out with me today and you would like to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I will love to see you in the next one, and I will see you later, guys. Bye.